Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bye here. Range combat is coming to Rise of Kingdoms. In today's video, we gonna go over on what it's going to be look like, and I'm gonna share with you guys my opinion on how this can change the future combat in Rise of Kingdoms, the future strategy, the future meta of like how we fight in KvK. Right. So first of all, the range combat will only be available for one of the new KvK, which is the Heroic Anthem power up. Okay. So you have to sign up for this KvK for you to be able to use the range combat feature. Okay. Oh, wrong one. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it look like. Okay. Um,
All new ranged combat added in Season of Conquest. Governors taking part in this new KvK can command siege units to build arrow towers, allowing you to attack enemy troops from long distance.
So you can see it's kind of it looks like so from the design it looked like one of the tower in the barbarian camp, right? I mean, if I have a barbarian camp here, but you know what I'm talking about, right? They look like one of those tower in the barbarian camp, and the mechanic is very similar to what we see in Champion Olympia, right? In Champion Olympia, you have the ability to turn yourself into one of the tower, and your tower can kind of like shooting distant to the other marches. So very similar mechanic, and I think a lot of you guys are already familiar with it. So I'm gonna tell you guys how's it gonna change, how's it gonna change the future combat in Rise of Kingdom, and how I think it's going to be pretty good for a lot of free-to-play player. Okay, so first let me tell you why I think it's going to be good for free-to-play player. Okay, so first of all, for you to be able to use the tower, you have to use one of the story exclusive commander. Okay, so why is it better for free-to-play player? Because a lot of free-to-play player, especially the new free-to-play player, we struggle with getting the latest commander, right? So most of the time you don't have that many commanders for you to run 5 marches or like 4 marches, right? So with it, you can say that one of your marches you don't have to worry about it because you can use that exclusive commander, right? So you only had to work on maybe less commander, right? Maybe only 4 commanders or 4 marches you need to work on now instead of 5, right? So it definitely reduce the amount of effort you have to put into your commanders, right? So once I don't know how many exclusive commander you'll be given, but I think only going to be one. Um, and it's also going to help you getting better more kills in KvK as well. Because imagine, right? So right now, maybe only 2 tower here. Maybe it doesn't make like a huge impact, and only like a 2 or 3 marches here. It doesn't. It cannot prevent the enemy from coming to the tower and just smack the tower down. But imagine, right? If there are like a big murder ball up here, right, from your side, and another big murder ball from the enemy side, right? And I would say you have to be a little smart, right? I would say probably only setting up the tower when you think there are kind of like an even number in terms of like murder ball, and you shouldn't be setting up the tower if you think that your team can hold off the enemy and the enemy cannot just charge in and push your back instantly, right? The other thing is that it's going to change the combat. It's going to change the strategy in KvK because right now I think the current meta is just like one freaking big murder ball from each side and just like clashing each other in the middle, right? But imagine if you have a 20 or 30 tower behind the murder ball, right? Now, when you're charging in, that initial charge, you're going to take a lot of damages from the tower, okay? And you can also bring up your farm, right? Maybe if you have like a farm account, you can bring one market out and you can set the tower behind as well. It could be one possibility. So now imagine you have so many tower staying up here, right? It's gonna be so hard. It's gonna be so hard for you to charge in, right? Or imagine if there's like a little bridge, right? Is it like a small bridge in let me go back here in the map. Maybe we can find a bridge that I can explain to you guys a little bit better. But like imagine if there's like a little small bridge and you had to cross over it. Now you can just tower up and shooting over from both sides, right? It's gonna change. I think it's gonna change the game, the strategy like dramatically. Dramatically, it's gonna change everything. Okay. I think we're gonna see a lot of change. I think right now they just gonna implement it for one of the KvK, but I think in the future they might bring that feature to the existing KvK as well. So let me go to one of the, I would say, strategic point in KvK, right? Sometimes in KvK you can get like a very strategic point. Let me look for a bridge, or even at the gate. Can you shoot over the gate? Wow! Like imagine if you can build a tower behind the gate, and then you can shoot the enemy from the other side, and you can preventing them from reinforcing the gate. You can prevent them from like just leaving their siege like behind the gate, right? Another big change is there. So like preventing the gate from getting reinforced, right? Where's the river, right? Let's go to the one of the river here. Is there like a bridge crossing? Is that crossing bridge up here somewhere? No bridge, no bridge crossing. Come on, there gotta be one somewhere, right? Explore. Maybe down here. We'll get one down here somewhere. Where is the bridge at? How come there is no bridge crossing this river here? Let's see. Oh, come on. Okay, here. It's not like a bridge, but like it's like a path you can take over, right? So you have to walk through the path right here, right? Imagine if you have a like two motherboard over here, and then you have a tower behind it. It's gonna be very difficult to cross, and especially there's another chain as well that is, you cannot cross. You cannot go over if there are the enemy standing in front, right? So another thing is that new tube blockade feature, right? While marching, friendly tube can pass freely, but non-friendly tube will not be able to pass when blockage, right? So imagine you got your motherboard here and you got your tower standing behind. Now, how do you plan? How do you plan to cross over? Okay, it's gonna be very difficult. I think. I think there could be a lot. I think there could be a lot more strategy involving into this new KvK and future KvK as well with it range combat. And I really like the idea of it. Especially, we'll have to see how it in action. Another thing is that it can also help with like rallying flag as well. Right? Why? So imagine, right? Let's say you have a whole bunch of city in defending. Right? Let's say there are like a whole bunch of city defending this flag right here, and you need to rally it. Right? You want to rally this flag here, but like the enemy keep reinforcing it from the city, right? But now when you have the tower, you can set up your tower nearby the flag here, and when some of the marches trying to walk to the flag, yo, pew 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 pew, you can shoot the marches down, right? So another thing is that like on the offense with the control with the tower, you can actually shooting reinforcement marches. So I think a lot of things can change. It's got definitely got effect. It's definitely got affect future KvK. That is if they're going to implement that tower range combat in the existing KvK, right? I think defending the gate is gonna be a lot more difficult now with that range combat, especially let's say if the other side they are on the winning side, right? They have a lot of marches behind the gate, and you have to stay behind the gate to reinforce. I mean, like imagine if you just put a whole bunch of tower here. You have a tower in front of the gate, so the enemy cannot coming in. The enemy coming in, you just pew 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 pew. I don't know how many tower we can set up at the gate. I don't know if there are any restriction for it, But I think it's gonna be very, very interesting, guys. I just can't wait for this feature to be implemented and to see how it gonna play out in the new KvK, guys. Maybe I'm gonna try to get in one of the new KvK and play and see how this feature actually work. But other than that, I just want to share with you guys some of the ideas that I have in my head right now. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.